black notes of the piano. I know you're a little skeptical, but I'm not sure. She said, you can go home tonight and play almost any Negro spiritual if you just play the black notes on the piano. Watch. There are 5 black notes on the piano. And they just keep recurring. And you can play almost any Negro spiritual, just play the black notes. Watch. Because I know a whole bunch of you will be going home doing just what I'm doing. Watch. You know that? Every time I feel the spirit, just the black notes. Watch. That's because the slaves didn't come to America with do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti. That's somebody else's scale. They didn't know anything about that scale. All they had in their musical scale were those 5 black notes, and we know it in music as the pentatonic scale. And they built the power and pathos of the Negro spiritual on those 5 black notes. When you study music, you also come across what are known as white spirituals. Did you know that? And often they are white composers who would work with this scale. Joffrey was one of those. And they would create spirituals or songs on what was known as the slave scale. In early America, they used to call it Negro spiritual slave songs, and they call this scale the slave scale. I'm going to play for you what some musicologists think is the most famous white spiritual built on the slave scale, or just the black notes. Some of you may know that the man who wrote that song was a man by the name of John Newton. And do you know what John Newton did before he became a Christian? He was the captain of a slave ship. And many believe he may have heard this melody that sounds very much like a West African sorrow chant, and wrote the words, Amazing Grace, and said his words, or someone did, to his slave melody. And I believe, personally, God wanted that song written just the way it was written, so that we as Christians would always be reminded that whether black or white, free or bond, in his eyes, we are all connected. And we are connected by God's amazing grace. And did research on that song, and wherever you see it authentically printed, you know what it says? Words, John Newton, melody, unknown. And I tell the Lord, when I get to heaven, I want to make that slave called unknown. What a gift that has been left, a musical gift by an unknown slave. When I record this song, I hum the first verse like I imagined the slave may have been humming it, coming up out of the belly of the ship. Just some of you may know, someone actually give God the glory for this. Someone took my performance of this song from Carnegie Hall and uploaded it to YouTube or other places. And giving God the glory, it has become the most watched Christian music video in the world by Christian artists. Give them